Hi y'all, it's me, Michael Mitchell, back with another Storytime perspective with me, Michael Mitchell. Today I'm going to be reading a a Sesame Street joint. I Want to Be a Teacher, chosen by my friend Pastor Andy Roberts, and my friend, the beautiful Hannah Payne. This is a good book to read to your kids. If you're a parent, if you're a teacher, this is a very good book to read to your students. So no further ado, here I go. Let's do this. I like school. I like my classroom and my desk. I like my teacher, Mr. Redmond, too. Sometimes I am going to be just like him. To be a good teacher, you have to know a lot of things. You have to know about the alphabet, and you have to be a good reader. You have to know all about numbers and colors and shapes, and you have to look if you have to know lots of songs and stories. Sometimes Ernie and I Ernie and I play school at home. We set up our desk and chalkboard in the living room. We pretend it's a classroom. On a rainy day, we decide to play school. I put the chalkboard next to my desk because I am going to pretend to be Mr. Redmond. Everything was set up, but Ernie wasn't sitting at his desk. He was in the kitchen. What are you doing? I called to him. I'm packing my lunch. Ernie answered. Hurry up, I said. It's time for school to start. Gee, Bert, Ernie said when he finally finished. Where is my cubby for my stuff? We didn't have a real cubby, so we decided that Ernie should put his lunchbox in the closet. I said, Good morning, class, just like Mr. Redmond does. We are going to learn about weather. Ernie raised his hand. I want to know whether or not it will keep raining all day. He said, Hee hee hee. Do you get it, Bert? Whether it will rain? Yes, Ernie, I get it. I said, now pay attention. We started to teach. So I started to teach. I wrote the word snow on the chalkboard. I told Ernie that no two snowflakes are alike. Each one has its own special pattern. For art time, we cut snowflakes out of white paper and hung them up. Gee, Bert, said Ernie, this is fun. And look, no two are alike. Then I wrote the word wind on the chalkboard. We turned on the fan and pretend it was the wind blowing our snowflakes. Next I wrote the word rain. We could see what rain was like coming. We could see what rain was like by looking out the window. We practiced our numbers by counting the raindrops on the window pane. We counted 24. At music time, we sang the Itsy Bitsy Spider because it's the only song I knew that had rain in it, and it goes like this. The itsy bitsy spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the itsy bitsy spider climbed up the spout again. For story time, I read the Brave Little Pigeon to Ernie. It is a story about a pigeon named Puffy. Puffy had to fly through a terrible snowstorm to deliver an important message. The message saved everyone in the town, and Puffy is a hero. It is one of my favorite stories. After story time, we had quiet time. Ernie got his blanket and spread it out on the floor. While he rested, I sharpened the pencil and straightened up my desk. After quiet time, I wrote the word spring, summer, fall, and winter on the chalkboard. We talked about different kinds of weather in each season. I asked Ernie to draw a picture of a tree in each season. He drew one tree with a few little leaves, one tree with lots of leaves, one tree with red and yellow leaves, and one tree with snow on the branches. It was a good picture. I told Ernie I liked it. I taught Ernie a poem. Uncle Bert taught it to me, and this is how it goes. Oh trees, you are so silly. You wear a lot when it's hot, and nothing when it's chilly. Ernie liked the poem and said it 5 times couldn't so he wouldn't forget it. For alphabet time, we are going to play a word game. I said, what letter goes the word window? Starts with W. Said Ernie, window starts with the letter W. If you look outside the window, Bert, you'll see that it has stopped raining and the sun is shining. And it is time for lunch. We could eat at the park. I packed a lunch for you too. I wanted to go on teaching, but I was hungry too. So I said, school is over for today. Let's go outside. Enjoy the weather. Ernie ran to get his lunchbox. Then he raised his hand. Do you have a question? I asked. I sounded just like Mr. Redmond. No, I have something to say, said Ernie. What is it, Ernie? I asked. I just want to say that you are really good at teaching, old buddy. I learned a lot today. I smiled. Oh, I am so glad, I said, because when I grow up, I want to be a teacher. Ah, the end. There you have it, America. This is Storytime with me, Michael Mitchell. This is Storytime Perspective with me, Michael Mitchell. I just read Sesame Street Joint. I want to be a teacher. So, a special thanks to my friends, Pastor Andy Roberts and my friend, the beautiful Hannah Payne, for choosing this book. Thank y'all for choosing this book. I really appreciate y'all. If you're a teacher, this is a good book to read to your students. If you're a parent, this is a good book to read to your kids. So this is Storytime Perspective with me, Michael Mitchell. And by next week or so, I will be reading Disney's joints, like such as Cinderella and Little Mermaid. So God bless y'all and peace be unto y'all. Take care of yourself and each other and have a wonderful, blessed day.